Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sharafi bin Shaffiai. My number metric is 272215, and today I will present about think and soft one. The first question is, in my opinion, I think remote work will impact badly to employees' activity because from my perspective, not all type of job and position will suit well with remote working for the employee. And then remote work will create the gaps and narrow the window for employees to have interact and communication not only with their colleagues but also with their employer. Employer can gain such interaction will make them feel alienated and lost vision about their work and company goal. They will doubt their work and company values goal. And then when person doubting something, mostly never able to show their full potential in their work or their output. Then, employee working remotely usually creates poor performance and productivity level because of lack communication. Team members mostly are interdependent, so communication with others is essential. Okay, next one is the other impact for employees' productivity is because they will having a hard time to complete their job. This is cause of lack work-related resources, include technology that equipped for them that they can use to finish important tasks regarding their job, like access for client and company data. As employee, you cannot simplify using the personal computer when doing a company project. It can giving harm to company security and your client data because it can be hacked or corrupt or breached by other, so it can give a huge mess and difficult for you to retrieve the data back. Okay, if the employee had hard time completing the task because of lack facilities and resources that is them to work, so we can pretty sure how the result of productivity will come out, and mostly it show bad productivity level. Next, the second one is two factors that influencing productivity positively for the employee working from home. The first one is they will have work-life balance with their time and can divide time fairly either their matters like family. For example, prepare and sending their children to school for business and work. It doesn't matter how they start the work for their project early or late, as long they can sure or confirm the output and services that they give is aligned with what has employer assigned and client demand. It is must not pass the deadline has given to complete the task. And the second one is their mind is free from being tied to other and can fully focus on the work they're working for. Mostly their workflow to complete the task will be more smooth, precise, also eliminate the mistake that can happen when you work under pressure. Next one is about factor empowerment. They can select their preference, how they work, and contact with people that only matters for their task. They will have less pressure and interrupt from the working environment. There will be no college or other person that come into employees working space for flummery and distract employees, so employee can fully focus on what work that they need to done. The third question is explain two factors influencing productivity negatively for employees working from home. The first one is lack of communication and interaction between two parties. It is will cause bad result in productivity. Person that work in the office, it is much easier for them to getting announcement or meeting to be informed and gather together for face-to-face meeting. When you are working from home, not all employee has a good internet connection. Sometimes it can become interrupt and it will interrupt the flow of the meeting. For example, if you need to present a project that has been assigned, he cannot present at the moment because of the internet connection or delay. For technical issues or error presentation that need to be delayed, it cannot be continued and must be postponed to other date. This will increase the burden to other employees or the employer itself, because it will left other in the meeting with unanswered question and wasting time. The second one is the drawback factors is they will more prioritize their matters than they work in the first place, because they've been distracting with the comfort zone that they achieve when working remotely, working without being monitored by the upper management. They will losing control to detect problematic employer and track their work progress can lead to the bad habit in the employee. For example, delay of submission of assessment. Okay, it will be become personal problem, ego, and slow down others if working in team, because the attitude can create a new problem to handle for employer. This factor cause problem and need to be solved as soon as possible, rather than problematic employees themselves at the first place, because they cannot divide and arrange and balance their lifestyle to cope with the flow working and company business flow. In conclusion, prioritize personal matter over work can be a factor that influence poor productivity and give bad reputation not only to the employee but also affect the company progress and not align with individual and company objective. The last one for the think and soft one question is two suggestion or best practice for the organization. The first one is set or provide policies, guideline, and expectation earlier than usual, often to employees, is a fundamental, because when employees provide with guidelines and from upper management, it will create new information and ease them to complete the task. It will create new information and also they can work without full monitoring from their supervisor. Working remotely very difficult if employer does not provide the right guidelines, set boundaries, and brief the basic practice that employee can use in setting the right step in completing the task and project that will be given. Same as the workplace, employer need to keep employees up to date frequently as they can regarding policies, guidelines, and tips. Change that can be happen to the company, also the new state of a company even they are working from home. The next one is provide updated tool and technology that employee need to work from home. Each employees that work from home must have company personal computer that will be provided by the company to ensure all work and data that important and confidential are secure from any form of loss, corruption, and being accessed by unauthorized party that doesn't belong to the company. For example, hacker and company competitors. Update the server and database or open more server so that will be never been issue that occurs like server down or portal traffic. At the same time, because too many employees attempt to log in their company portal at the same time. This will save employees time if they want to send any document and key in data to the portal or access the company database. All this method and practice ensure your employee is work from home, but as employer, you still have control to track the movement of each employee, also their work progress, and secure all the data and progress of company business from another competitor. In conclusion, the company will have better progress and higher productivity that can be achieved if this practice has been performing. Okay, I will continue to the think and solve 2, and the first question is 3 main strategies to address the given performance issue in your organization. The first one is if you have a core approach for addressing employee performance issue and acknowledge the level of accomplishment they achieve for assignment career or task that was assigned to them to do, wherever it is at the highest level of achievement and efficiency, or they struggle to produce any positive result in their work. Okay, you should use performance assessment or evaluation as a part of performance improvement process to look the role for both upper management and ordinary employee. During this process, both of the supervisor and employees are responsible for assessing the degree which the desired behavior has been shown by each other and determine whether it is not desired outcome has been obtained. This appraisal is critical because as all the participants fully in review process, the information we obtain will be helpful in the future for comparison, growth, and monitor their action whether or not their experience, expertise, and ability are inconsistent with the company mission and vision. This input may be also refers to since feedback helps one understand why the test did not match the intended outcome. And then the second step, after you proceed the performance assessment, you must involve displaying to employees their overall performance over the previous year, with it is excellent or mediocre in terms of employee performance, a procedure known as performance review analysis. This is entail a face-to-face consultation with the employees, and of course you are the boss, rather than using an interactive interface, since it is much easier for both sides to have a better understanding in the course of assessing their previous appraisal. This gathering is also known as assessment or debate meeting. Employee will be given at least 48-hour notice of performance assessment meeting so they can prepare when they've been called, making the meeting move more smoothly. Their boss will have honest input on their previous result with HR manager support to ensure the meeting is conducted reasonably and properly, and the target employees and manager will understand why they've been called for the meeting, what problem they're having, which aspect of their job or experience, expertise, and ability they miss and need to develop again, and what kind of preparation or other action they should take to learn advanced knowledge and adjust their work habit so their current success improve and align with company goal. Lastly, another way to deal with employees success issue that are mentioned in the previous report is to build and deliver new compensation scheme and recognition depending on each employee past and present performance at the end of the month, or as HR manager will do annually, for example employee of the month, standout performer, and star employee. Based on a previous HR manager report of employee successful, we can explicitly state that employee lack motivation and that their experience, ability, and potential as well as their action does not fit with company goal, and that the condition can be defined as a milestone indicating that they are still far from achieving their workers, team, and company goal. This is one of the most important management and enterprise system. It is has such significant effect on job success and retention. Why should HR manager and employers be worried about this compensation scheme and recognition? The first one is encourage employees to provide their full attention when it comes to working on their assessment and job, because compensation they get is commensurate with their effort, reducing the problem of late project completion and inaccuracies in work efficiency. Such problems including tardiness and absenteeism. Quitting without approval should be resolved, and a compensation and appreciation scheme can keep them willing to work and minimize employee turnover. Okay, and then I will continue to the thing and soft 3, and the main challenge in managing multi-generation workforce is the first one is employees misinterpretation when it comes to completing the job responsibility. Each generation will have priorities and goals as stated in the statement above. Everyone has unique context, culture, appearance, and job style, which can lead to misinterpretation and misconception. For example, long workdays are common among baby boomers, while Gen Y and Gen Z prefer flexible hour and remote work. At the same time, older employee like to hop straight into an assignment or project, while younger employees prefer collaborative work and daily feedback. The reason this situation happen because people from generation may have different aspirations for their employment. People have different ways of carrying out their responsibilities, learning from training, and expecting their success to be measured. Furthermore, each generation definition of attraction compensation package can be different. The second one is new favorite contact mode. It might be clear that younger and older workers communicate in different ways. Millennials tend to engage with others in their community via social media or other emerging technology. For example, we are still using major social network like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, video networking platform, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat, as well a few other like Pinterest and Google Plus. This is common if you are social media or pro Gen Z. While baby boomers and older generation X prefer face-to-face communication or phone call and email. In addition, as opposed to older generation of workers, the younger generation communication style is more casual and overly reliant on abbreviation. This communication gap, if not treated properly, will lead to major interpersonal conflict because contact types, team dynamic, and career path are valued by differently by multiple generation. The second is benefit of multi-generation workforce toward the organization. The first advantage is company will formulate successful human resource management technique by studying the job pattern of each generation and predicting their need. This because younger generation are tech savvy, bring new energies to a business, while older generation bring rich insight as well as insight and knowledge. In the same way as past progress guided potential creativity, recruiting older generation of workers to use their skill will help your business succeed. Baby boomer and Gen X carry a work ethic, teamwork, and quality to workplace, and they have many valuable qualities to impart to millennial and Gen Z. They will teach valuable lessons in general group moral, group dynamic, empathy, and relationship building, as well as mentor newer generation of worker by sharing inside the business knowledge and trick of the trade. Gen Z, on the other hand, is credited with bringing experienced staff to social media and modern smartphone application. The next one is company will benefit from reverse monitoring service in which millennial advisor educate senior executive about social media, cloud phone, mobile computing, and other advanced technology that their customer use. These services will help millennials become more linked to the brand while both saving money and resources and increasing the company performance rate for specific market. Each generation brings a unique set of abilities and expertise to the table. And when it comes to creativity, leaders must understand the value of diversity. A winning solution requires combining diverse methods and ideologies in the workplace. The third one is about the best strategy in managing performance of multi-generation workforce, which has different style and expectation. The first one is train them according to their need, depending on their generation or integrate both generations. Employee coaching entails establishing a common understanding of the task at hand and how they should accomplish it. Managers should look for ways to collaborate with employees rather than taking a traditional authoritative approach to coaching. Employees will do this to prepare for improved results by defining and focusing on the area that they can improve. Area to improve mean the part where they lack experience or competency. By improving this, it will pump up their success level and support their no mission and expectation that they supposed to accomplish or align with company objective or aim. This style of training is expected to differ in a multi-generation workforce. If an employer is advising a Gen Z and a baby boomer about how to react to one another, for example, knowing their particular personalities is critical. Coaching attempt can fall short if it didn't share awareness of the worker characteristics and discrepancies, setting employees up to failure. According to the generation they overseeing, a manager should be familiar with the following traits and personality to each them when coaching. For example, working habit Gen X that they need to awaken when it comes to completing the work tasks. Most of them want less control and more autonomy to themselves. They are at ease using a variety of networking methods, both online and in person. Managers should respect Gen X experience when they are far into their profession. This generation may also have settled into family life and want more flexible schedule that help them to maintain a stable work-life balance. While the above will provide manager with clear understanding of how to handle multiple cohorts, it will also enable them to ensure that the generation work together. Continuous and strategic coaching is important, with an emphasis on team coaching only when managers have a true knowledge of their staff is on an individual basis. Next one is using performance appraisal to measure multi-generation workforce. The term performance feedback refers to the provision of quantitative or qualitative input on job performance in order to improve or sustain performance in particular way. Each employee needs performance feedback in order to maintain their motivation. It is important that their progress and achievement be recognized. Even though the job itself will provide them with information that they can do it, manager must learn to tap into the talent of each generation in their organization if they want to succeed in business and meet or surpass growth target. In order to accomplish this, using proper performance assessment strategy to measure and control each employee's success and productivity, while older generation in workplace may be used to performance appraisal that are checked once or twice a year. Many organizations may find that this approach is no longer effective. Generation Y, on the other hand, are distinct breed. Generation Y are accustomed to adoring parent and tight-knit peer group, so they have strong hope that their boss can provide regular guidance and facilitate organizational teamwork. Manager will have real-time review with the least amount of hassle, get a stronger response from millennials. When they don't get feedback right away, they become irritated and can check it out actively. The immediate input allows them to understand what they are doing now and how to improve and make correction by themselves. To put it another way, they deserve the best and don't want to spend time taking months to find out how they are doing. The majority of workers said that the company's excessive stress, such as ambiguous deadline, had hurt their morale. That's why one of the better methods of handling multi-generation workforce is to use proper performance appraisal to help managers maintain employee performance at the highest level.